I'm searching for a reason. I'm in the chaos dimension. Reasons eclipsed by tension. I want not to feel numb about death. Fighting, peace is not an easy task. Breathing, to see if there's any left. Reading about how many people died. Can someone tell me the reason?
Worked.
I'm in the chaos dimension. Trapped in a brutal invention.
Check.
If it stops, I'm having a bad dream. Patience, I just can't keep it around. Most of mine's been taken. As hell, find out amount. Had a little left, but I gave it to you. Now someone's at my door, and he needs some too. Lighting up my phone, talking in my mood, and all I got left is this shit attitude. All this music's playing in my head. If it stops, I'm having an unshakable nightmare.
Let's get this show on the road. Shall we? Let's slip into my delicious drink. We're live. Wow. Wait a minute. Let's turn on my beats real quick. My chillest of beats. Turn them down a little bit so that my voice can actually, have the desired effect upon you. We're just kind of relearning how to do all this stuff again, as it's been quite a while since our last streamy boy. But here we are. We're back again, and how things have changed in the last 3 months it's been since I last went live here on twitch.tv/Stellar Koala. But I'm happy to be back. It's been something that I've been meaning to do for a while. I don't think I ever really meant to take another extended break, but things happened. Some things happened, and then some more things happened, and then a lot more happened, and it kind of just kept being pushed off to the side. So, but I'm back now. I am, again, that's something I've been meaning to kind of get back at for a while, and I felt like this was a pretty good time. A time when a lot of people are kind of looking for something to do and looking to connect with some friends, and I'm one of those people. I might not be the best the best place to go and get what you need, but for me it's going to be a good way to connect with people online who I still kind of am in touch with, but not via this medium. I've been trying to schedule some more of my low quality leisure activities like playing video games, and this will kind of, I think, help me out with that as well. Why are you so loud, desktop audio? I'll turn you down to 90. See if that helps a little bit. But yeah, and also kind of like, I feel like a lot of the stuff that we do here on the mothership is, and a lot of it has been continuing to happen kind of behind the scenes on Discord, especially now when everyone's kind of trying to come together and share in a more online social. I was talking to my wife this morning, and I know some people are they're not saying social distancing anymore, they're saying physical distancing, and so we started calling it social closening, which is the term that we're going to be using now. So with the advancement of social closening, I felt like it would be a decent time to kind of come back, and I'm going to, kind of put this stream out there to a lot of my friends in real life who are kind of having to hunker down, and maybe a place for us to kind of meet some new people and bring some more people in, and have some fun too. We might be doing some community stuff more than we have ever in the past, which is almost never. So I would like to maybe have like a Jackbox night or a Golf It or something like that, where we can kind of bring some people in, maybe even people who are not gamers per se, but friends of mine who are kind of looking to connect and have a happy hour online together, or talk about movies that we're watching, shows that we're watching. It's hard to know right now how long we're all going to be kind of in this situation, right? And I mean, depending on the day and depending on the hour of the day, sometimes it's hard to know who to believe, and it goes everywhere from like, this is going to be over next week to 6 months from now it's going to be the same. So I figured, since we don't know, let's kind of, and at this point everyone will soon be in the same boat, at least for a little while, as far as what they can and cannot do. As long as I have the internet, this is a free resource for me and for everybody I know to kind of come and just kind of hang out a little bit every day. I'd like to try to do this every day. I know it feels, right now saying that feels very, very daunting after not doing anything. No streams for 3 months. Coming back to, doing one stream a day. But I feel if I keep it short, for the most part, it's something that we can probably do. I am, and I'll kind of go through like what my daily routine has been like for the past couple of weeks, and we can talk about how I kind of want to achieve that. But basically, I would like to kind of have just kind of like a daily check-in with everyone. And it would be great if I could do it at the same time every day. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I'll try to do it around the same time. But I would like to kind of just like check in with everybody and say like, hey, like, and obviously like not everybody is going to be here at the same time, every day, but I will try to be here, and I will try to kind of be, not even necessarily like a source of news. All the news is the same net right now, it feels like. So maybe maybe there will be some new stuff that's kind of like outside the realm of coronavirus, and more into like the fun stuff like we normally like to talk about here. But it'll be few and far between. However, this can be a place for people to talk about stuff that's bothering them. It can be a place to talk about what you're doing to keep yourself busy, struggles that you're having. We can try to troubleshoot those things together, because we're kind of all in the same boat. And so I don't want this to be, it can be, but I don't want it to be a complete release from reality. That's really kind of never what I wanted this channel to be. I wanted it to be light and lightish, and but grounded in kind of like what's going on in the real world, but also kind of like a place where you can go to and be like, hey, like, let's just kind of, we can chill and we can like, bullshit about whatever, and help each other kind of like get through it in like a positive way. And I'm not talking like in a toxically positive way. I am changing my tag. One of my stream tags is now mindfulness, and that will always be a tag on my stream, as I try personally to be more mindful and more intentional. I'm going to try to exhibit that as well on stream and kind of like try to hold people to that standard on my stream in chat. So we're going to be trying to do that. And this is another thing that's going to happen every once in a while, is that I am now home with my dudes here. Yeah. Yeah, I took the laptop in here. So, you weren't doing it, were you? No, I know, and then you went to collect the read, right? You just continue doing that? Are you still tired? What?
Hello.
So I'm streaming right now. So this is going to be something that when you guys are doing Zern in the morning, this is something that I'm going to be doing in here while you guys are Zerning. Is that cool? No, it's just a prism. That's the name of my company. Grammy gave that to me. It's crystal, man. It's for good energy. It shoots rainbows when you put it in the sunlight. So what's up? What do you need to do? Okay. Well, why don't you go finish keep doing reading for a little while. We're gonna go for lunch in like half an hour. Okay. Okay. So with that little shoulder tap, let's talk about what my day-to-day has been like in the last couple of weeks at least, and how that will translate into me getting back into doing some more regular stuff here. So I am in Denver, and as of two Thursdays ago, they announced that Denver public schools would be closed for an extended spring break, which was for like a week plus in April, and they basically like tacked 2 weeks on to that at the beginning on the front end. So let's say like call it 3.5 weeks off from school at least. That was as of 2 Thursdays ago. It's now kind of been extended through April 20th, I think, and it's probably going to be canceled for the rest of the year at some point here in the near future. So I've been kind of doing like daddy school, we're calling it. So I've been kind of like trying to keep the kids on a schedule, trying to keep myself on a schedule, trying to keep us away from screens, and kind of doing that sort of thing too regularly. But I was like, well, as I'm building this new schedule out, and I'm trying to work here and there too, but it's really hard to do work stuff when trying to kind of like keep focus on the kids and stuff like that. This is something that I can do and easily pivot. Working like head down, focusing, trying to be creative on building websites and stuff like that, not as easy to do when I'm, getting snacks and breaking up fights and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, well, while we're building a schedule, like let me build this like 1 hour a day into streaming again. Because I miss it. I miss you guys. I miss being here, and I miss like doing stuff and talking and like goofing around and all that stuff. So I really did want to get back to it. So long story short, basically like that is going to happen. Part of this exercise for me getting back into it too, and having like being home with the family like 24 hours a day basically, is me trying to figure out how to do this with the family around. Like it's a huge part of my life. It's the biggest part of my life, and I have yet to I was always like, I gotta do it when the kids go to bed, or I gotta do it when like the people are out of house. People are out, like, families out of the house. That'll give me like a couple of hours to stream or whatever. So I'm just gonna effing do it, man. And if people come in, no big deal, right? I just can't obviously like play certain games and drop F-bombs, but maybe a little bit more distracted than usual. But it's just something that's like more of a peek into like my life and whatever, and it's kind of like letting go of it being a perfect experience, or a perfect broadcast. But there's no such thing as that anyway. So that's what we're gonna do. So the plan is to try to do it every day at around, starting at around like 10:30 or 11 Mountain Time for like an hour or so at least. And then there'll be some bonus things in there. That'll be Monday through Friday, and there'll be some bonus things in there, like perhaps in the evenings here and there. We'll spin up the stream again in the evenings when we're playing games at night, and doing stuff like that. And then on weekends, I would also like to do like an hour a day. And again, like when I can't go out, like that might be a little bit more crazy because I mean, there's no like quiet time. As of right now, I can kind of be like do these lessons for like an hour or so, and then and that kind of fits into our schedule while I'm in the office doing this. And then, but on weekends, it's just kind of like we're just like everyone's off the leash. So I'll see if I can at least like schedule a regular time. It just might be a little bit more crazy. That's all. So that's kind of where we're at. That's how I'm going to try to do things on a daily basis. It's going to get me showered and keeping in a sense of normalcy. And hopefully there can be a little bit of that as well for you, the lovely and beautiful viewer. And what are we going to do? I've got like ideas, and I've still been like brainstorming like content ideas and things that we can do. As always, on the Discord, we will have our book club going on still every month. It might be harder to get books now. It might take a little longer to process them. I think starting in April, I'll probably... We're voting for our April book right now, and I think I will probably open up voting for the May book like earlier in April so that it can give people some time to find the books. We're still doing book club. We're still doing we're starting this new thing called Movie Club, which is basically like throughout this stay-at-home period in America and across the world, every Monday we are kind of like just taking turns in the community suggesting a movie to watch. And so we're all kind of just like, there's just kind of something that we can all like, rather than like, what am I going to watch? It'll always give you at least one thing to be like, oh, well, everybody in the mothership is watching. This week we're watching The Princess Bride. So if you're having problems, you're running out of stuff to watch, like you're running out of stuff to do, like we'll at least give you one thing that we're all watching, and it'll probably be like something lighthearted. We're going to try to stay away from, post-apocalyptic movies, which narrows the choices down a whole bunch. And nothing like super dense or, we'll probably do some classic movies and stuff like that, but it'll be light and easy viewing for the most of it, probably family friendly, but some of it maybe not, who knows. But that's fun. Last week we did Tremors, and that was a good time. This week is Princess Bride. Next week we are doing Ed Wood, which is a Tim Burton movie about the director of Plan 9 from Outer Space, which is like arguably the worst movie ever made. And so that movie we may be actually able to watch on stream. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to do a watch party for Plan 9 from Outer Space, because it's public domain. So I'm pretty sure I can air it on my channel. I just have to do a little bit of research and find somewhere to download it so I can broadcast it. But that would be fun. We all watch Ed Wood, and then maybe the next week or on that Friday night we can just like get drunk and watch Plan 9 from Outer Space or whatever. Take your drug of choice and watch one of the world's worst movies. It fits well on this channel too, trying to be like a sci-fi-ish kind of thing. So, so we're doing that. We're talking about. I would like to get a little more conversation going on those books. So we've got like 3 months worth of book club books we could talk about, which we'll do over the next couple of days and weeks. We started a comic books channel about 3 months ago, and we've got some really knowledgeable people in there talking about comics, and we have been kind of like posting our yo, good for gaming, what's going on? How you doing? How's it going over there? We're just getting caught up here. It's been a few minutes. It's been a few minutes since the last stream, so I'm just kind of recapping What's going on? Managing? Yeah, we're managing here too. You know, it's we're in like week 2 of our new normal, I guess. Our new spring. So I'm home with the kids basically. My wife is still working, and that's kind of what we're doing. So we're trying to keep on the same schedule. We're just doing our social distancing. We're still going out. We're lucky that the weather is changing, and it's pretty. It's getting to be like those beautiful spring days here in Denver. So we are able to kind of like go out to the parks and walk around. We've been playing a lot of Pokemon, a lot of Pokemon Go, and just trying to stay busy. And lately I've been trying to stay away from the news relatively because it's just kind of overloaded. It's overloading. Work from home second week. Kids are home. Wife visiting a nurse. So still going out currently. Okay, yeah. It's my wife works in television, so as of right now, they have been deemed, her position has been deemed on-site essential. So most of her office is working from home, but she works in an audio bay, so she still has to go in and make the thing sound good with the knobs and the dials. That's basically all. That's the extent of my knowledge of what she does. I know a little bit more than that, but that's the simplified version. But yeah, I'm still kind of trying to do work too. Like I've been freelancing for a while, so I've seen a little bit of an uptick in interest. This is going to be a big test for me. When I stream, I touch my face all the time. I need to stop doing that. It's going to be a big test. I need maybe I'll start using my stress ball. So yeah, but for us, at the city and the county yesterday they're instituting a shelter-in-place order starting at 5 p.m. today. So basically, like, you're not allowed to go outside for anything other than exercise, getting your necessities, and going to work if you're deemed essential, basically. But for us, that's kind of what we have been doing for the last week and a half or so anyway. So it's not going to be a huge change for us. We haven't had a huge impact in our income yet, luckily, because my wife is still working and I'm still struggling as a freelancer. But nothing has changed there, really, in the last couple of weeks. So are your kids like old enough to kind of like do their own thing, or are you trying to juggle working from home and like keeping your kids busy at the same time? Because that, for me, I've been kind of like mostly focusing on the kids and working like doing what little work I have to do like at night. Oh, okay. So they're doing their thing easily. Okay, college freshman, high school sophomore. Mine are 7 and 5, so they need, when they're awake, they need constant entertainment. But we're making do. We're making do with what we've got. What can you do? Really, we're trying to kind of again like keep ourselves busy. Last week I was doing kind of like lesson plans, and we are kind of doing like some sense of like normal schedule. So we do like a morning meeting every morning at 10 o'clock. We've got, whereas before they didn't really have like daily chores in the morning and in the afternoon, we've got those things going now. So it's like, okay, Monday through Friday we're doing daddy school, and these are the things we're gonna do, kind of going from there. But yeah, I think like this week, next week, maybe start to get a little bit of like cabin fever, a little stir crazy, but you never know. I think again, with the weather kind of turning and it being nicer outside, like we'll be able to spend more time outside. And the hard part is going to be the physical distancing and not seeing people, not seeing other people. We'll be able to see people like through, my parents live down the street, and so like they take the kids for bike rides, but like for us, for my wife and I, it's like not seeing our friends, not being able to go out to restaurants and bars and like meet people in the park on beautiful spring days. is going to be difficult, but we're just going to have to kind of figure it out, and that's, luckily we're all healthy. We're all, in a position where we don't need to kind of, our parents are all still here with us, and they're all, a little bit older, obviously. So we have to be more careful around them. We can't see them as much as we would like, but we can still like check in on them. They live in town, so we're able to kind of like, we need to drop groceries off or whatever. That's available for us to do. So, but yeah, it's a strange world. I was joking when I started streaming today that it's my last stream was in December, believe it or not. It was a while ago. It was my 300th stream, and I kind of just like fell off the wagon a little bit, and so much has changed since then. It's crazy. I have a lot that I want to kind of like talk about and kind of like bring up with the community and all that stuff, and we'll get to that stuff in the next, like, over the next days and weeks or whatever, but I have gone through a lot of personal changes in the last 3 months, and then the world has changed massively in the last 3 months, and like locally in the last 1 month, locally, even as a country, things have changed massively, and I want to talk about that with you guys, and I want to talk about that and like experience it with everyone. Highs and lows. There's going to be some brilliant, beautiful things that come out of this, I think, and there's obviously going to be a lot of like pain and anxiety and heartache, and that's something that we almost, Twitch and the Twitch community and the people that I've met over the last 3 years, it was almost like built for situations like this in a certain way, where there was a lot of memes going around a couple weeks ago where people were like, oh, now people want to know what introverts do for fun. And that's like very true to what's been going on, at least in my world. I've got people trying to figure out, like, how can we do video chats? How can we play games online together? And it's just like, hey, we've been doing this for a long time. This is right in our wheelhouse. This is perfect. So part of my reason for spinning up the stream again, as I was saying before, is kind of to start doing that stuff for some of my to connect with people who have been part of the stream, have been part of the community, been part of other communities, that sort of thing, but also to connect with people who I won't be able to see in person anymore, and maybe we can kind of like we can kind of meet, bring my community together, and also kind of like bring in some friends and family members and stuff like that who maybe would like to be introduced to a community like this at a time like this, when people are looking for, people have been denied human connection in a certain way, and don't really know how to adjust necessarily, or find it uncomfortable to adjust. So I would like to be a friendly face for people and stop touching my face. We're gonna need an audio command for that. Just that my nose is itchy, gonna need an audio command for when I touch my face to kind of alert me. Let's think about that. I have to think about some sort of audio cue to play. I'm gonna grab some water, and I'll be right back. Yeah. So, talking about fun stuff, what I have been playing. So, last time we spoke, I would think I was like just kind of not onto anything at the time. This was back in a few months ago, and I had just finished getting the title for the season in Destiny 2. It was the Undying season of the Undying, so I got the Undying seal or whatever the heck it's called. And I was like grinding every day for to get that, and I got it. Like first title I ever got. I was pretty proud of myself for that, and was just kind of like sat back in my chair, was like, popping my collar a little bit, feeling good. Can't wait to get that little coin thing, And then I, just kind of like stopped playing Destiny for a couple days, maybe a week. And I was like, I wonder when I'm going to get that email that says that I unlocked the coin. And that email never came. And so I went online and checked, and I had missed the date. There was like a 1 week window of time from when I got the title to when the season ended or whatever. And sorry, touch my face again. And I had missed it. I had missed it by like a day. It was like I missed it by 24 hours. And so I like emailed Bungie, and I was like, it's my first title, and I, really, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. And they're like, sorry, there's nothing we can do. So I was like, well, F you, Destiny. I'm sorry. Like, this is maybe a long time coming. And I was kind of pissed about that. Like, honestly, I spent a lot of time grinding that season, and I missed the cutoff date by like, I gotta fix my hair too. By like 24 hours. And it was just such a bummer that I was kind of just like totally put off by, I was going to take a break anyway from the next season, but I haven't even really looked back since I stopped playing, and I just kind of picked up playing Apex Legends again in like beginning of the year, or maybe the end of last year, in December last year. They were doing some like a holiday event, so I was like, all right, I'll jump in and play again. And I gotta tell you, I've been hooked ever since. I've been journaling a lot, and one of the things I did in my 2020 journal was I started a page for games that I've played, and it's 3 games. It's 3 entries, 2 games. January, Apex Legends and Death Stranding, which I was also playing in December. February, Apex Legends, and I can put, that's all, like, anytime I play a game for like more than an hour or whatever, I'm putting it in here, so that's nothing else, literally. March is also Apex Legends. So it's pretty much all I've been playing. What's plunder mode? I know a lot of people have been kind of going over to Warzone recently, and I know like Tarkov had a run. I've never played that game, but Tarkov had a kind of has been kind of I've been seeing that a lot online recently. I just have been having so much fun playing Apex, and I feel like I've gotten a little bit better. I'm not good, I wouldn't say, but it's really easy to like jump in and out of games. And the problem I was having with Destiny is that it was just taking so long to play. Like the grind was really long, and it was just taking a long time to like. It takes a long time to like get in and out of stuff there, and maybe it's just my like impatience as a human. But like sometimes getting into Crucible matches took like forever. Oh, it's a BR map, 3-player teams, but the goal is to amass the most money you get from chests and killing people and taking theirs. Okay. Oh, okay. I've heard of that. And Tarkov is like a similar thing too, right? We have to like collect stuff. It's like PvEVP sort of, right? You have to like collect things and then like get to a extraction point without losing all your stuff, right? It was kind of like Division had something like that too, I think, right? Um, that sounds cool, though. Oh, okay, yeah, because you can respawn. Okay. Yeah, I like how, I just like how they kind of have, you can always, if you're into the Battle Royale thing, the good thing about having so many different options is that people can, like, try new things. Like, one of the things they did in Apex, I don't know if you played it at all, was when they had that one, like, it was like a 2-week period where, like, every 3 days they had, like a beta mode, or, like, you know, like a weird, like, they had, like, the always be closing one where the ring was always closing as soon as you dropped. They had one that was, like, all gold weapons, which was really fun. Was it all gold weapons, or was it all gold armor? It was all gold weapons, I think. Oh, golden duos, that's what it was, where it was, like, 2-player teams and all the weapons were gold. That was cool. Those were so fun. Apex is fun to me just because I like the strategy involved in the different characters you can use, and every match I've played, and I've played thousands of matches, seems for the most part really unique, unless you get into those matches where you just, like, you're playing with a random and they hot drop onto the train and you die immediately. Those ones are pretty repetitive and not fun. But I like those different ways to play. It's really fun. Are you playing on PC or PS4 or Xbox or what? Yeah, the matchmaking. I actually started playing ranked this season, or the end of last season. I started playing ranked, and I was super nervous because I play mostly solo. So I was like, oh, am I gonna be like that, like, random guy, the third wheel, and, like, am I gonna, like, bring teams down? But, like, or is there gonna be like people chatting? Because I'm not a big on chat either, because it's, I don't know, too toxic for me. I'm more of a pinger, you know. But I was like, I'll jump into ranked a little bit and see. And ranked is actually really fun because, like, the matchmaking puts you, like, everyone in the map is basically, like, at your level for the most part. I find the matchmaking to be actually even better in ranked. It takes longer to get into matches, but I do better in ranked just because, like, I don't know, I'm gonna try to get to, like, gold level, which is, like, I think, like, the top, like, 30% or more of people get into gold, you know, over every season. And so I was like, I'm gonna try to do that, and if I keep doing it, then if I keep playing it, I think I can get there. But I have, you know, it's worth a try, and you can play solo, and I from my experience at least, it was a good experience. I win more matches in ranked as well because I think, like, I probably undervalue my skill level. And people play to win; they don't play to get kills. So for the most part, so if you want to win games, again, that's also a good way to, like, get more XP if you're trying to do the season pass thing. People play, like, the long game in ranked, I feel like, because you get more points for staying alive longer, and you get way more points for winning games. So people are less apt to drop into bad locations, and 12 wins today. Oh my god. Callus, what's up, man? How's it going, buddy? Who kicked my president in the head when he was a kid? I don't know. Probably his dad sure didn't love him, so let's go with his dear old pops. Did he say something today? I have not. I am kind of I'm getting my national news, like, once a day now, rather than kind of drinking from the fire hose, which is what I was doing the last couple of weeks. I'm doing that out of necessity and out of kind of just keeping myself busy with kiddos now. We're doing okay, you know. We're all kind of adjusting here, like, yeah. I just try to. It's once a week. It's too many things are changing for me to feel comfortable, like, not checking it at least once a day. Yeah, I did see that yesterday. He said a couple of weeks is going to be enough. They want to open the economy. Yeah, okay. If that's what we're talking about, there's so many things really that we could be that are just like, okay, you know, they're just crazy. But that one, I was just like, yeah, that's not going to work. And also, you know, it's really at the discretion of local governments in this country. So if for example, the governor of Colorado wants to shut down businesses, then they're going to remain closed. Now, yeah, that was the one thing that really scared me about this whole coronavirus, which I need to get a sound cue for. Yeah, I hope so. I hope you're right, gaming. Social distancing and group restrictions, you say. Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen countries that have had success and they haven't done social distancing. So they were I was listening to a podcast today and they were talking about, it was a New York Times podcast, and they were talking to this guy who was basically saying like, well, why, and they were, the host was asking him questions like, why can't we just do what Korea did? Because they kept they didn't shut down all their businesses. And most of his answers were like, yeah, but they started basically testing everyone before they even had a death in the country from this. So he's like, we are 3 months behind where we needed to be if we wanted to do things that way. If testing levels are high enough, this guy basically said, if we had a magic wand, now this could never happen, but this is like if we had a magic wand, the soonest we basically freeze everybody in place, move everybody 6 feet away from each other, and we could have this thing basically beat in 2 weeks. But even that, if we had a magic wand, we could just be like, everybody stop, and nobody needed food, nobody needed to go to the doctor for any other reason. Just everyone stop, spread out 6 feet, don't move for 2 weeks. That would be, in 2 weeks we'd know who's sick, who's not sick. All the surfaces would be, basically free of the virus at that point. That's not gonna work. And especially like in this country where people are like, you can't tell them what to do. It's even harder. I know they're trialing a test that takes not as long, but it's still getting it out there and getting people to actually take it. Gerda, no, dude. Gerda, no. No. Dude. Coming in hot with the 6 months. Thanks, man. Guys, go give Gerda a follow if you're not already following him. Most of you probably already are because he's prolific and he's wonderful and he's great and he is a very good friend of mine. How are you, buddy? 6 months, holy crap. Yeah, you can't avoid it. It's Gerda's the reason I still have hope for your content. Thank you. New layout got me weak in the knees. That's where I've been all through all these months. I've been like meticulously designing. I have not been. I have been a little bit, but I got to the point a couple days ago where I was like, stop it with the meticulous design. Thanks, man. Good to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I must say, I'm just going to recap what's happened over the last hour, and I'm going to start posting my streams on YouTube like day after, so you guys can catch up if you want. However, here we go. I am going to try to stream day, Monday through Friday, for at least for like an hour or hour and a half. And my point in doing that, I know it's like you should really be streaming for like 3 or 4 hours, man, if you want to get viewers. It's like whatever. Back of the bus, guy. It's just kind of like a daily check-in thing that I want to start doing, and I want to start there. And so today is day one of me kind of like just pushing the button. Some days I'm not going to have the nice hair. Some days there are going to be kids running around and screaming in the background. But you know what? That's just how it's going to be. And it's going to be one of those deals that I'm going to have to deal with. I've been meaning to kind of try to figure out how to stream with my family around, and now I have no other option. So that's what we're doing. And we're going to be talking about our book club. We're going to be talking about our movie club that we're doing every week now. We're gonna be talking about what's going on, what you guys are playing. We're gonna try to get some happy hours going. Maybe play some fun games with each other, those sorts of things, and just kind of chat about like what we've been doing, what we are doing to kind of like get each other. I've heard some games are fun, dude. I'm new to this game thing. I gotta tell you guys a quick story. Okay, so sorry. Before we wrap up here, because I actually do have to get going here in a little bit, because one of the great things about Denver as a city and as a school district is that they are giving away. They're doing like drive-through breakfast and lunch for anybody who needs it, basically. But they only have an hour's window, so we've got about 35 more minutes left for me to get over there and get lunch for my kids. But I wanted to, kind of get online, do this thing today. So anyway, I have to go get lunch for my kids. However, funny story first. We had a recurring trivia set up at our local beer garden that we would go to. They had trivia every Wednesday, but we would go we would probably go like once every 3 or 4 weeks, maybe once or twice a month. And obviously, like, can't go to bars anymore, can't do that sort of thing. And so people have been scrambling to figure out what they're going to do to keep themselves busy and how we're going to have social interactions. So like my wife is doing like Google Hangout, wine night with her friends and stuff like that. And I was like, Twitch was kind of made for this, guys. It was kind of made for this moment of like bringing people in and playing games together and just kind of like, messing around. And not a whole lot of people know about it or know how to use it. Like, what is a Twitch still? I still have those conversations because all my friends are old, because I am old. So I was talking to my wife a couple days ago, and I was like, oh yeah, they have this thing, like, you remember, like, You Don't Know Jack? Well, like, that company, like, does a whole bunch of, like, party type games, and, like, they're fun, and, the people, you can put them on Twitch, and people can, like, play them on their phone. Like, one person has to have the game, they host a session, blah, 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 kind of explaining it to her. And I don't know if she was listening to me or not, but I don't think apparently she wasn't, because like I got a text from her like the next day to like our trivia team that was just like, have you guys heard of this Jackbox Games thing? And I was just like, yeah, I just told you about that yesterday. Gosh. So I might try doing some of that too. I know like everybody that is like a Twitch regular has played all those games before and stuff, but they're still kind of fun, and I might try to bring in some new blood, to kind of keep things interesting and new. But we're gonna invite you guys to drink and to do whatever it is that makes you feel less pain. The other thing we're doing is like I mentioned, we're doing a weekly movie club, and you can see what is playing currently by using the new command Movie Club. Every week we're gonna be choosing a new movie. We're kind of letting the community choose. So like I chose the first one, Tremors, last week. This week we're doing The Princess Bride. Next week we're doing Ed Wood, and Ed Wood was a kind of a B movie director and directed arguably the worst movie of all time called Plan 9 from Outer Space, which is a public domain movie, so I'm pretty sure I could air that. That's what that means. I'm pretty sure I can like show that on my stream and not get in trouble. We're gonna find out, but that's one of those movies. Where is he? That's one of those movies that would be a great like happy hour movie. It's like an hour and 20 minutes long. Get your beverage of choice. We'll try to throw it up here. We can watch it. We can make fun of it together. I don't know if you guys have never seen it. It's real bad. It's like it's comically bad. So coming up with some stuff that we can do as a community to kind of break the monotony a little bit. Obviously, we'll be playing games and stuff like that. Killer Tomatoes bad. Yeah, it's like a I think it was made in like the 50s. So it's like literally like UFOs on strings, like ooh. you know, like it's pretty terrible. You know, like terrible like sets that are just but it's funny too. It's like I would say it's at the same level of like The Room, if you've ever seen that movie, which is like another one that's just so bad that it's wonderful. But this one like fits because it's like all sci-fi and just kind of like super cheesy and bad. So hi. Yeah, so we'll try to do that next week at some point. I will kind of effort getting a copy of that somehow and figuring out how to, it might actually be on YouTube. I don't know. I haven't even looked. Or Library of Congress might have it for available to watch. But yeah, we'll get into some of that stuff. So yeah, so basically, like what I want you guys to know, what I want you to get from this is like, first of all, welcome back to the new look Stellar stream. You know, we're gonna try to be here fairly often for you guys. Once a day. We're gonna try to be here once a day for a little while at a time, and maybe in some evenings as well, playing some games. So during these kind of like check-in streams that we're gonna do, we'll just talk about whatever we want to talk about. We've got plenty of content to talk about since I haven't been around much. We've got plenty of we got to talk about our books, we got to talk about our movies, we got to talk about any TV shows we're watching, what's keeping us busy, what games we're playing, and why we love them, and maybe some stuff we can go back to. I may even actually have these jokers over here. I may actually be showing them some stuff as well. So we might be experiencing some fun games for the first time with the kiddos. We'll include them in this extravagance as well. So with that, I am going to wrap it up for today at least. Tomorrow I should be back around the same time. I'm gonna try to be back online no later than like 11. So that's what we're gonna shoot for. We're gonna shoot for between 10:30 and 11, going live every day, Monday through Friday, unless otherwise something comes up. I got nowhere to be, so and then keep it tuned to keep your little notifications on for the evening streams, and I will always, of course, post on Twitter. If you guys want to join in on the book club, on the movie club, which we're doing, book club is monthly. Our voting is open now until the end of Thursday for our April read. Movie club we're going to be doing once a week, and I would love to figure out how to get some more conversation going about those things. So we'll either do that here, or we'll do that online, or we'll do that in both places. And I've been trying to bring more people in too. So please, if you guys are enjoying that stuff, you know what to do. Share away. !TW for Twitter, !DI for Discord, IG for Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. You guys know me. If you're here right now, it's probably unnecessary for me to even say that, but I gotta get my lines back. I gotta get my Twitch voice back, right? Right? Right. So we will see you guys tomorrow. 2 days in a row. Crazy. All right, we're going to shut it down for now. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to see if we can find somebody to raid or host. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And wash your hands. For how long? Wash your hand for 20 seconds. All right, we'll see you guys next time.